I believe you guys can see my screen. So entry price is that. Which one you did now? My laptop seems to be acting crazy. What's going on? Okay. Let's use another figure, 20,800. Okay, 20,800 as my entry price. Assuming that's the price that we're currently seeing on the market now. My stop loss is going to be $50 less. That's for the Liberty strategy. So that means my stop loss will be 20,750. 20,750. Do you see that? So as I put 20,750, that's a 50 pip stop loss. So for ticks, it will be 5,000. But it's showing that I will lose $500 on a 0.1 lot size. So for somebody who is using a 100K account, a $100,000 account has a daily drawdown limit of $5,000, right? $5,000. So such a person can decide, okay, 5,000 divided by 10. So on each trade, I'm going to be risking $500. So if you're using a 100K account, 0.1 is still okay if you're doing NAS. Again, you are risking 500 because you plan to make 2,000. Your take profit, you're hoping to make 2,000. Okay? You're hoping to make 2,000. Now, are you always going to make the 2,000? No. You may not always make the 2,000. But at least that's the projection. That's the projection. So if I change this to 0.01, if I change the lot size to 0.01, look at what happens to the profit and loss. The profit and loss, it has changed to $50 on a 0.01. So I'm risking $50 now. I'm risking $50 now. Okay? To make $200. That's risk to reward ratio 1:4. So this one makes sense. You have a 10K account, you're using a 0.01. So you don't have any business opening two positions. If you open two positions with 0.01, understand what you are doing in essence. If you open two positions, that means you're deciding to risk $100. So are you comfortable risking $100 on a single trade, knowing that your daily drawdown limit is $500 on a 10K account? You know that's on a 10K account, 5% is $500. 10% is 1,000, 5% is $500. So if you have a 10K account, are you comfortable risking $100? Are you comfortable losing $100 on a single trade, knowing fully well that you only have 5 lives? I think it makes sense to keep your risk to $50. Keep your risk down to $50. You're giving yourself 10 lives. And because of the win rate of Liberty strategy, it's quite good. It's quite good. So you can use this and you can grow your account profitably. You can use this to grow your account profitably. So now, I want to take your questions. If you guys have any questions, I don't know if this is exactly, if I've explained it clearly enough. Maybe you may need to watch this over and over again. But I now want to come to gold because I just did the narration on NAS. And maybe I shouldn't do a live class to explain this thing so that I can really take my time. Maybe I should prepare some slides and, prepare some slides in advance. And then, but it was just when I was on the phone with that guy today and he told me he lost $5,000 in a trade, trading NAS. Now, again, and he's probably going to listen to this. I'm just using you as an example. Other people have experienced this thing. Hope. The moment you are hoping, you are doing it wrong. Don't bring your hopes into trading. You know why? If you are hoping it goes up and you are praying, it goes up. God is looking at you and God wants to answer your prayer. But there's another child of God that is praying, it goes down. So who does God want to answer? That's why prayer has no business in forex trading. So just perish the thought. Don't bother praying. Don't bother hoping. Manage risk. Manage money. Give yourself 10 lives. And if you are following a good educator or a good strategy, you should be able to end up profitable following that strategy. As against giving yourself only 2 lives. And maybe your third trade is what would have been profitable, but you lost your account at the second stop loss. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So give yourself room to win. Give yourself room to grow. There was someone that passed stage 2 yesterday, and we were just discussing and all of that. He's still going to come and do, just share his own experience and share his journey with you guys very soon. Okay, after he makes his first withdrawal, he'll come and share. He'll come and share his experience. But one of the things that he does, which he voiced to me on the phone yesterday, was he said, I cut my losses on time. I cut my losses early. For him, he said he uses, once his trade is 50 pips, 50 pips around that in a loss, he closes the trade. it closes the trade. So it's something that you must bring yourself to understand. Before I enter a trade, I've determined how much I'm willing to lose, and I never allow myself to lose beyond that amount. Because the moment you allow yourself to lose beyond that amount, you are hoping. And once you start hoping, you are wrong. You are already on the path to failure. That's not money management. That's not money management. I hope I've been able to emphasize and explain this thing well. Okay. Now I want to take the case study that somebody shared. A 50K account that is currently down to 45,174. 50K account is down to 45,174. So man, now this is a very dangerous place to be. This is a very dangerous place to be. So you can't afford to be wrong, because once this account touches 45,000, it has reached the 10% limit. Once this account touches 45,000, it has reached the 10% limit. So the only room you have is $174. First of all, 0.01 is the lot size that you're going to start with to start growing this account back, because you only have $174 wiggle room. But now you need to take high probability trades. High probability trades. What do I mean by high probability trade? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. You know, understanding support and resistance. Understanding support and resistance is going to help you to identify high probability trades. I don't want to do a training on support and resistance tonight. I have done a video on it before. It's in my Telegram channel. Mosh has also done a video on support and resistance before. So I would encourage you to go and look at those videos. But this is what I want to show you. What is a high probability trade? Just a moment. I want to expand this thing very well. So you see these lines that I put on my chart. These gray lines, for example, are weekly areas of support and resistance. These ones, these thick ones. Okay. I added something. So just oh, this is NAS. I want to change to gold. Okay. You see these lines on my chart. These lines on my chart. These are the areas that were either previously support or resistance. And so they show me high probability. Okay, let me expand this. You see, a weekly support or resistance is stronger than a daily support or resistance, is stronger than a 4-hour support or resistance. I want to just show you something. If you notice, gold was in a range. Okay, we went up, came down, went up. When we came down here, there was a high probability that we're going to go back to go and revisit this. Okay, and then with that breakout, or chances are because of the previous touch points here. So this is the daily time frame, and we see that when price came here previously, it came down. It came here previously, it came down. We also see that I'm going to put this line here. Let me remove the line. Okay, let me first remove what I just drew, and then let me remove this line. This training on support and resistance will really help. It will help your trading. So in trading, we try to look at what has happened in the past, and the past is history. So on your left side of the chart is what has happened previously. You try to look at what has happened towards the left to try and predict what is going to happen going forward. So as I'm looking at this chart here, this is the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. I'm trying to look for areas of support and resistance. How do I do that? How do I do that? You see these candles? You see these candles? You see these candles? Where they stop. So whenever I can put a line over a common area, so I come to this, my tool here. This tool here, I'm going to look for horizontal ray. This is horizontal ray. And then let me change the color to white. Or, okay, and let me increase the thickness so you will see it very well. Okay, so I'm going to look for an area where in the past I saw, you can see what I did here. You see, the thin hair-like stuff, those are the wicks, but where the candle ended, those are the bodies. Those are the bodies. Okay, so you can either decide to use the wicks or the bodies, but I'm looking for areas of confluence that I can get many touch points. So if you look at this red candle, that's where it stopped. This green candle, that's where it stopped. This red candle, that's where it stopped. We're looking at previous candles. This candle, that's where it stopped. Look at these areas. It carried it here. So we will call, at this point, it acted as a support. At this point, look at this green candle. That's where it stopped. So at this point, that means the price was resisted. It stopped there. Eventually, it broke above. But after, it became a floor. Initially, it was a ceiling. It became a floor. Here again, a floor. Yes, it wicked down, but it went back and closed above. It sat on the line. So that's a support and resistance area. Guys, watch out. Now that I've put this line in place, you will see that whenever price, if this price were to get to this line of 2724, it's not going to go above it at once. When it gets there, it's going to come back a little bit. So if I'm in a trade from here, as price is getting there, that's why I'm taking profit. Or I will close partials, and then I may put a trailing stop loss. Because I'm expecting price, because in the past, it was resisted, support, and is on the daily time frame. Daily. So a daily time frame is more likely to be respected than a 4-hour time frame. So the time frames that you want to look at, the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour. Once you can find price approaching those areas, they are high probability trades. So the rule is you sell resistance. You sell when price is at resistance, you buy when it's at support. You sell when it's at resistance, you buy when it's at support. So the first thing you need to do, go and identify those lines. So first of all, go to the Telegram channel, go and watch the video on support and resistance. Do your charts, and let's have another session where we would, let's help each other out. Let me take a look at your charts, your areas of support and resistance. Let me see if you got it. Or you can send me a screenshot, or we can fix the time. Let all of us at least learn the basics. If you can learn support, resistance, and then trends. Support, resistance, trends. Those are the initial basics that you need to learn in trading. It will help you to be able to predict price movement. Okay, those are the basics that we all need to learn. So I don't want to go in depth into support and resistance on this call, because I actually need to get back into my meeting. But I can spare another 10 minutes, for any Q&A. If anyone has any questions, let me make it possible for you to ask your questions. So you can just unmute your microphone and ask your question. But have no doubt about it, the Liberty strategy is a very effective strategy. Just protect your risk. If your account is already on big drawdown, like someone who has 174, you have 174 as your buffer zone. So you can't afford to risk more than $50 per trade. So that means you're using 0.01 lot size with the 500 pips. That means you're going to risk, if the trade is wrong, you're going to lose $50. Okay, but look at NAS today. Just look at NAS today. Just look at this. Look at NAS today. When NAS moves, it moves. Let me calculate this. So let's even say that you took the buy here, because the strategy is whenever it breaks above the Asia high, take a buy. Let's even say you took a buy here and you didn't take profit and it reversed on you. No problem. But you got another opportunity here. It broke below, you took a sell. Just look at this move. How many pips is this? Let's even say you got out here. Just look at that. Okay, just look at that. The risk to reward is massive. If you took a short position, so let's say you took a short here, price came all the way. Price has still, look at how, this is the thing with NAS. Look at how price has dropped. And it's spinning me 1,000 around. So 50 pip stop loss. Come on now. This is a ratio 1 to 6. So you risk $50, you made $300. If you rolled it all the way down here, so let's even say you rolled it up to here, that's ratio 1 to 2, or almost 3, that's 2.8. So you risk $50 and you made, almost $150. So NAS gives you those kind of opportunities. Yesterday, we didn't really get any decisive move. It was just a very small breakout. So yesterday, but if we look at previous days, and this is why, if you pay attention to this strategy, guys, it's going to really change the game. Just look at the moves. Just look at the moves. So if you have any questions, you can unmute your microphone and you can ask. Just look at the moves.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you, sir. We can hear you.
Thanks for your presentation and analysis. I really appreciate the way you analyze the market. In fact, God is going to bless you and increase your knowledge, sir.
Amen.
Now, sir, I have 5,000 and 50,000 challenge accounts, and I have a drawdown of close to 2,000. Now, with this strategy, sir, so I don't know, should I be using pending order to trade both sides, either it goes up or?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that question.
That is my question, sir. Or I should
didn't
enter
catch
the market. Yeah, I should put the market instantly.
I didn't hear the
Yes,
initial
sir.
part of your question. Can you come again, sir?
Okay. Okay. My question is that to execute this liberty strategy,
Okay.
should I trade it with sending order, either buy stop or sell stop on both
Okay.
sides?
Okay.
So what
Okay.
strategy? That is my question, sir.
I mean, so that makes sense. That makes
Okay.
sense. So if you do a buy stop, you put your 50 pip, your 500 pip stop loss, and then you put your take profit. Makes sense. In fact, I don't know. I never thought about doing it in both directions. That's what some people do. They just do it and they go out, and then they come back and they meet either their profit or they meet their their stop loss. That's a beautiful idea. I'm going to start implementing that. Although sometimes,
Thank you very much, sir.
sometimes, because there are two strategies with the liberty strategy. There's the breakout, which when it goes up, take a buy. When it comes down, take a sell. But sometimes there's a fake out. So if you know how to identify fake outs, you know, what's his name? Rich, the guy who taught us the strategy. He recommended that you come down to the 5 minute time frame and wait for a 5 minute candle close. So make sure your time frame is on 5 minutes. Let me go back to trade locker so we're all looking at the same thing. Just in case anybody is being confused that I'm looking at another platform. I hope it loads on time. Anyway, let me just use it. So come down to the 5 minutes and then wait for a candle close above. So we are tracking it on trading view because this is where the indicator is. So wait for a 5 minute candle close above and then enter. So in this example here, you can see that there was a fake out. So this is a 5 minute candle close. I'm on a 5 minute time frame, but each one did not go. You see, it was struggling. It didn't really make any new high. So we could see the struggle here. We could see the struggle, and so before you know it, it reversed. So if you are able to spot those possible reversal patterns, aha, if you're able to, so this candle, for example, this is a candle showing indecision. That if you know about candle patterns, this is a candle showing indecision, right? We have it again. So the market is not decided. The next candle, it wasn't a bullish candle. So already you are beginning to look at, it looks like this thing was, so if you have an understanding of candle patterns, you can spot a reversal. But even if you don't, your idea is a brilliant strategy. Buy stop to the upside, use a buy stop going up, use a sell stop going down, and set it's beautiful. I'm actually going to start implementing it because I hate when I miss these trades. I hate it. Like today now, I mean, look at the move today. Look at the move today, and I wasn't on ground to catch this move. But if I just put a sell stop, as soon as price got down here, it will trigger. On my stop loss will be here. Price didn't go back there. So yes, it retraced here. But look, man. That's it. So that's a very beautiful observation. Thank you so much for that observation.
And again, lastly, sir, please, I don't know. I know you are taking much of your time, sir, but I want this presentation to be ongoing, just to encourage.
Yes. So
so that I need this
Yeah.
It might not be every day, maybe like 3 times a week, sir. If you don't mind, sir.
Yes.
It's just a suggestion, sir.
No, it's a beautiful one. We would have had it this week, but I'm attending a week-long convention. My church is doing our annual event, and so as soon as I end this, I'm going to go back into the meeting. But from next week we'll be doing as much as possible daily, Monday to Friday. At least I will be tracking the NAS. I'll be giving you guys updates, and from time to time we'll be coming to share. So first of all, I want everybody to be able to have an idea of the smart money concepts. Understand support, resistance, trend lines, liquidity zones, all of those basics. So we will be doing daily trainings just to help everybody come to speed with that. But what I want to recommend now is everyone, please go to my Telegram channel and watch the video I did on support and resistance. Mosh Strategy has also done a video on support and resistance. His one is like a 1 hour or so, or maybe 90 minutes video, but I think mine was very short. Okay, or you can even go on YouTube, how to identify support and resistance, how to identify trend lines. So today's Friday. So Friday, Saturday, on Sunday, let's have a review. Let's compare notes on Sunday. Try and put the charts, on your last 100, on your gold. Try and identify areas of weekly support and resistance, daily, 4 hour. Put those ones on your chart first. And then let's just look at it so we can see, okay, are we actually, because apart from coming here to make money, you also want to live here with a skill. We all want to live here with a skill. We all want to be better for having engaged the cash check. So let's use this weekend, to do that. Thank you so much for your suggestions, sir. Really, really, very, very appreciative. I also know that, amen. Thank you, sir. I know that J Mama, so J Mama has actually been, we've got amazing leaders here in the cash X, More Strategy, J Mama, and she's like, even Rufus, the last meeting we did, he also suggested that I'm looking for my channel. Okay. I want to get the link to my channel. Suggested that we start doing these daily updates, daily Zoom calls and all that. I want to drop the link to my Telegram in the chat so that you can just go and click on it and you can find the video I did on support and resistance there. I'm also going to be putting some other things there, but anyway, let's not talk about that. So if anyone else has any questions, please you can indicate. You can indicate if you have any questions. Okay, so our meeting is going to end in 10
Thank you,
minutes.
sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, I have a question. Good evening and happy new year. Thank you so much for your time and everything. Please, what I want to know is this. Let's assume you already have a 50K account and then the 10% total drawdown should be 5,000. And then you already have a drawdown of a total of 4,000, leaving you with 45, 100. Then by the time you begin to build up your accounts again, let's say you have passed all the stages, does it mean you still have a total drawdown? I mean, what you have for you to be able not to lose that account is just that 1,000.
So
how
the
do I put
drawdown,
it? Okay, let me rephrase it. Okay, the total drawdown of 50K account is 5,000, right? If you already have it 4,900, what happens to the 100 left? How do you cope with that for you to be able to make it in your 50K account? That's what I have just been wondering.
so it's
I don't know if my question is clear.
so it's calculated daily based on your starting balance for the day. So 5% is your daily limit, but just know that your overall mustn't exceed 10%. What that means is if your account has come down to 46,000, for example,
Okay.
your daily drawdown technically should be 5% of 46,000. That's what your daily drawdown limit should be. But
okay.
But the system is already programmed that once your overall drawdown should get to 10%, which is 45,000 or 50K, it's going to shut down your account. It will shut down that account. Now, on the positive side, if you had profit of 4,000, giving you a balance of 54,000, 54,000, your daily limit, your daily drawdown limit would be 5% of 54,000, which yes, which will be 2,700. That's how I understand it. So, however, so on a daily basis, you shouldn't allow your drawdown to go below that on a daily basis. As long as you can keep doing that, on a daily basis. However, so your 10% though will not now be 10% of 54,000. Your overall will still remain 45,000. Your overall will still remain 45,000. That's if your account goes below 45,000, that's the point at which you lose the account. But for daily drawdown limit, it's 5% of your initial balance for the day. I don't know if I got your question correctly or if I've answered your question. Maybe if I've answered your question.
You did. So thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Does anybody else have any question? So something that I also did not touch on, before you take any trade, trading is not guesswork. And trading, there's a particular influencer who said trading is gambling, and that's absolute nonsense. Trading is not gambling. Gambling is, in Yoruba they say a so it's just mini more. Father had a donkey. That's not trading. Trading is you are trying to. So like in this example here now, this is a liberty strategy. We are saying we are waiting. And how did he arrive at this strategy? It was back tested. Okay, so he back tested it for over 12 months and noticed that once the Asia low and the Asia high has been identified and price breaks below, price tends to behave in a certain way. So based on previous performance, we try to anticipate future movements. However, it's never guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it is probable. So you want to have some certain criteria in place to help your probabilities. But do you know that, let's say price has broken above now. This is US and this is NAS 100, top 100 tech stocks in the US. You're expecting price to go up. You are looking at it in your house. But there's a breaking news that Russia has launched a missile to the United States of America. Look, the immediate red candle that will come down. So there are many things in trading. So this is technical analysis, looking at the price chart. But fundamental analysis has to do with what is happening in the real world, in the economy. So you may have the best analysis on the chart, but something that happens in real life can still throw everything the other way. That's why you must always use a stop loss. That's why you must never get so arrogant that, oh, I've become a master of charting. I know how price is moving, and then you never use a stop loss. That's arrogance. And many times it gets people in trouble. It gets us in trouble. But please don't take a trade just because you think, okay, price has been going like this, so let me just quickly jump in and see if I can quickly take small. If you don't have a thesis, if you can't explain why you want to take that trade, don't take it. Don't take it. Please don't take it. With time, you are going to get it. See, you have the account for 1,000 days. We all have our account for 1,000 days. Even if your subscription finishes, it's fine. You have the account for 1,000 days. So there's no need to rush. There's no need to enjoy your account prematurely, unnecessarily. Even if you don't have an Akashic subscription, you will continue to have access to the account. You can make trades. There's some of you who are, in my group. I share high probability trades with you guys. The ones that I think are going. People who don't have a subscription. I'm sharing. Anyway, I think we'll start doing some of those things on the general group. Let's help as many people as possible, whether you have a subscription or not. The important thing is that don't pass your challenge without having a subscription, because that's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for being on the call. Thank you so much. I don't know if there's any other question. Anybody else? Any other question? Today has been a very profitable day for Jewelarias. My suggestion with taking Jewelarias is tap to trade. If you pull down your lot size to 0.1% of your account size, adjust your risk to 0.1 and take all his trades. Even if you lose 10, you've only lost 1% of your account. And the wins will cover up for the losses if you are able to take all his trades. If you are taking his trades and you stop because of 1 or 2 stop losses, you will find that it's at the point where you stop that he will start making profits many times. But if your rule for the day is that, okay, my rule is when I have 3 stop losses in a day, I stop, then stick to your rule. If you hit 3 stop losses, come back the following day. There are some educators, I don't want to mention their names here, but I've written them in the paid group. And anyway, it's not even news. It's in the app. The people who are the bottom performers don't take the bottom performers don't take their trades. The people who are not doing well don't take their trades. I believe we can all still see my screen. This is tap to trade results. This tap to trade results. Jewelarias, I believe, is the one topping the chart. He is currently 11% for the month in profit. So if you took all his tap to trades, all of them, including his losses, you will be 11% up over the last 30 days. That's Jewelarias. John Lil, for the month, is 1.2%.